What's up, everybody? How's it to you, my brother Junior? How's it? This is Zaldi. Welcome back to Talking Story About Smoking. We are on session 18, Blanks and Will. Last session was Imagine. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. He was popping them pretendings and brilliantly weaving them back and forth on how you used to be before smoking and how soon you discovering that being free from puff is too easy and effortless. So again, puff away, of course, only if you pretending to think you need one, and just relax. Take a listen to this session and enjoy our talking story sessions. Junior, there is a book by Michael T. Knowles, Knowles. He has the best selling book on Amazon.com from the time March of 2017. The book is titled, quote, Reasons to Vote for Democrats, end quote. That is his best selling book till today, 2025. Till today, 8 years later, nearly a decade, that is still his seller, his top seller. It was 266 pages. 266 blank pages. You heard me right. It is all blank pages. Yes. The same stuff written in the dragon scroll from Kung Fu Panda. They both Knows, whatever his name is, and Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda need to recognize that they plagiarized Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, 1999, third edition, chapter 21, titled The Advantages of Being a Smoker. Because of the importance of taking the time to allow you to contemplate the advantages of being a smoker, I'll just plagiarize it and read the advantage of being a non-smoker, being a smoker to you in this chapter. So here it goes. Quote, end quote. There, finish. That is by far the shortest chapter of the whole book. But maybe you may find that this chapter, when you read it, is the most crucial chapter. Now, one of the critical concepts that shall be addressed is your willpower. That's what we're going to next. Therefore, there is no doubt that smokers have very strong willpower. From Anthony Robbins' book, Unlimited Power, he says, people may learn to enjoy the experience of smoking, but but is that what got them started? They had to be taught how to use a cigarette as a trigger to create pleasure. It was not a natural response. What happened when they first smoked? They hated it. They coughed and gagged and felt nauseated. Their body said, this stuff is terrible. Get it away from me. End quote. Remember the movie Sandlot? They went on the merry-go-round after trying to chew. Yes, the willpower. Pastor Watson used to tell us we are idol factories. We love to create idols. Idols of having the other side always greener than on the side you standing on. Of course, gonna be always greener on the other side because you're pissing all over the place you standing on, you Portuguese. Willpower will not be your best stab at quitting. If I used willpower, I would still be smoking today. Remember session 3 and me in Cambodia That was trying to use willpower, and that bugger no work. Dr. David Snyder spoke about it, referring to a book he was reading called Willpower. He said that we have a supply of willpower given each day. Say, for instance, we measure them as, quote, utilities. So we're going to measure these willpower as utilities. We'll call them utilities. We're given 100 units of utilities. For short, we'll call them utils. We are given, let's just say, 100 utils each day. Now, we plan to go focus all our 100 units of utils the next day for try quit smoking. In the morning, we have our coffee. Pay up, sucker. That costs you 10 utils. You cannot find your keys. Right there, 20 utils. You drive to work. All is good. Somebody honk at you. Booyah, 30 utils. Wow. You made it through. You had like what? 10, 30 plus 20 plus 10. That's 60. So 60 of those 100 utils. You never broke the bank. Next day, you brew your coffee, you in traffic, and you realize you forgot to grab your coffee from the counter. 30. You have your keys, no cost to your utils, good. You continue to drive to work. This time, somebody cut you off and they flipped a bird at you. That is 80. Bang! You broke the bank. You blame your crappy day because you never smoke. Guess who's back? Back again? Yes, Puff. That, my brother, is why using willpower to quit smoking sucks. And that is why it didn't work for me in Cambodia. I was squirming, squealing like a little pig. Yeah. I'll admit that. But that's because I tried to use my willpower. I only get so much. That's why the thing don't work. From car, when you use willpower, you feel like you're sacrificing. You end up trying to manage the 100 utils a day. Dog went pee on the carpet. Boom, 35 utils. You found out you're paying 5 digits in taxes this year's. Bing, 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 bing. 99 utils. Your wife said, not tonight. Bang! 1,000 utils. Smoke 'em up. That is what happens when you like the way Puff stroking you to ease your pain, all the while laughing behind your back because they're pulling your cork and draining your life into a deeper cesspool. Puff knows you don't need Puff, and it's all in your silly head. Saying crap like, please be patient with me when I trying to quit. I'm gonna be cranky. Or, I'm gonna die anyway. I can die on by one boulder falling down on me or a stray bullet when somebody shoot them in the air. Or, when I get sick and cannot smoke, I'm gonna ride that pony then and then quit. Or, I deserve one. I've been a good boy for 3 days and I went quit. Watch. Let me go show you. I got this. See? Nothing. I have power over this thing. Another one. Yes, Smeagol, you have power over that ring. Smoking, I meant. Keep telling yourself that. Keep teasing, because that is all you're doing. Remember, I was still in Colorado and I went to Marconi's wedding. I figured I would save money and fly standby. I was looking at the standby list and saw that I was number 12 on standby. I was trying to get to Hawaii just for his wedding. I had a good chance to get on, and make it to Hawaii for my own son's wedding. I still remember this clearly. I saw the staff call Premier Folks, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and above. And then the ones after that, I kept asking about standbys, and the people, it was very helpful, but and I was hopeful because I've seen them plow through standby lists in 5 minutes in the past. As we got towards liftoff time, I remember talking to the guy next to me, and he mentioned that he was an airline mechanic and he was also waiting for the list to go through. If they haven't called him yet, then they sure are about to. They can't not allow him to get on because he has to get his fix. He got to go fix the plane on the other end. He's a critical guy. I was thinking in my head, no way will I miss this flight. More like, no way I was going to miss my Marconi's wedding. Mr. Marcones. All of us standby folks were just waiting. Boom. Then the doors closed. I then saw the plane backing up and taxi out. I asked the staff and they said, sorry, the flight is booked. No announcement, no warning, no nothing. No, please plan for another flight. I watched the plane take off. We all watched the plane take off. Even the mechanic. I felt like I was teased so bad. It felt like the doors of heaven's gates closed and I was left behind. Teased, I tell you. Just like you teasing yourself. This is what I scraped off a meme. A meme. Tomorrow. A noun. A mystical land where 99% of all human productivity, motivation, and achievement is stored. End quote. Yeah, keep telling yourself that the urge to smoke will gradually and eventually go. I told myself that. Yeah, come on. Try watch. You're actually really happy when you don't notice you need it. That's when you're happy. I saw Dave Chappelle on the SNL show, and he lit up a cigarette while on stage. All I saw was a puppet to puff. He was still bone bending funny in between the puffs, but man, it's clear. You're not trying to satisfy anything. It's not satisfying. You just going through the motions because Puff got a good hold of you. And that's why you're still smoking. And it's because your willpower. You think it's about willpower that you can do it. No, can. There's no way that you're going to be free from this because of willpower. I know you're strong. I believe you're strong. But that's not the way to quit because you're going to run out of your 100 utils. So what then, Zaldi? It isn't about willpower, but it is about manipulation. Subconscious manipulation. Remember, your subconscious is the boss. It's more strong than your willpower. That's why you're breathing. You don't even think about the stuff that you're already doing. Did you consciously tell your subconscious to breathe? Beat your heart? Hold back your pee? Bruh, you wouldn't even know what to tell your subconscious of what and how to do it. From your Hanabara days, actually before you was born, all the data that went in through all your senses, visual, audible, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory, it dictates your perceptions and hence the meaning. From that, you behave the way you behave. So how do you swish it? Switch them, swish, whatever. All you gotta do is keep listening and keep smoking. It is as simple as that. See, what is happening right now, it isn't about making or waiting for a bulletproof situation for us to quit. It's like going in deep, like the movie Inception. We're going under the surface layers to expose Puff and Puff's lies. That's what we're doing. Once we recognize that the possibility is there, we will experience the Roger Bannister effect. What is that? Before Roger Bannister, no one broke the 4 minute mile. But in 1954, Roger Bannister broke that invisible wall of accomplishments. He buzzed like a bee. We shouldn't be able to, but still did anyway. Since then, when he broke that 4 minute mile, going under that 4 minutes, over 2,000 people have accomplished the same thing. Quitting smoking is bigger and more unbelievably miraculous than beating the 4 minute mile, in my opinion. You can definitely agree with that. After quitting smoking for a little over a year now, I can say that without the trailer, I can't wait to see where God leads me. You will too, my brother. You will too. Well, Junior, as we close session 18, Blanks and Will, you have the freedom to go back and look at the ridiculously easy instructions from Dragon Scroll, as it will tell you all that you need to quit. Too easy. Next is session 19, Noak Kanak. Naturally, a title like that, you know, it is going to be winners. Can't wait to see you on the next session, Junior. Maybe you did already, maybe you didn't. If you found this to be helpful so far and want to see bigger, better talking story sessions, after you listen, bust out that tropical itch back scratcher and spank that button, https colon // buymeacoffee.com surf or storm in the description below, and also hit like, subscribe, notification, whatever. Spank them because you want to show your appreciation and believe in this work. Chee-hoo! So, with that, my brother Junior, ahui ho. Okay then.